Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Independent, where I review some of the indie works from smaller indie artists who are not all that well known or all that popular, but their work is amazing and you shouldn't miss out on them. Today's episode is featuring this amazing artist whose name is Rudy Mukta and her album called Entropy. Let me tell you how I got to learn about Rudy Mukta, this very young singer-songwriter from Bangalore. During the pandemic, a lot of these celebrities and artists and musicians, they started doing these Instagram live sessions where they brought on artists. They already have an existing audience, and these audience get exposed to a lot of these wide range of indie musicians and singers and artists and whatnot. And it was a way to engage their audience. In some cases, even expose these people to new forms of music. I got onto one such live stream where I came across the comments asking them to take on Rudy Mukta onto the live, go on Rudy Mukta, Rudy Mukta, Rudy Mukta. And although I didn't pay much attention to it then, there were several other Instagram stories that I came across with her name on it. And that piqued my curiosity. I did go ahead and check out the artist before I did the art. Imagine my surprise when I found a 17-year-old songwriter whose vocal prowess is close to excellence. There are very few moments in my life as a songwriter that I actually get excited about some other songwriter's work. Blame it on my ego. Maybe it's just because I believe I write the best lines. Nobody can write better lines than I do. But on occasions like this, I have to yield down to the gut-punching, sweet-smelling lines that Rudy Mukta puts forth and delivers. You'll know why I say so the moment I start getting into this album and the moment you actually start listening to her work. The beauty about any form of art is that it's open to interpretation. How I interpret it might not necessarily be the interpretation of Rudy Mukta over here, because I might have my personal experiences and I tie it to that, and that's what makes art. You imbibe art as your own personal experience, right? That's what makes it beautiful. Now, I might find a line like, won't wash my hair and let it bounce like a basketball from the song Heart Attack by Demi Lovato, absolute bullcrap, okay? But on the other hand, you might enjoy it. That's the amusing thing about it. Let's get started. Entropy is Rudy Mukta's first EP. It starts off with the stunner of a song called Funny. Funny talks about image issues, self-confidence, negativity / criticism that's somewhere on the horizon. It kind of gives you the sense of impending doom. There is this recurring line which goes, drip like honey, it will be funny. Drip like honey, it will be funny if it all just turned out a sweet dream. It is so good that I surprisingly did not feel fatigued listening to it. Usually there are these repetitive lines in songs that maybe once or twice I can listen to them and maybe be okay with it. After that, it just gets on my nerves. I can't listen to them beyond a certain point. Like midway through the song, I'll be like, yeah, I've heard this. Thank you. But Rudy takes a different approach. She has very meticulously placed vocal melody lines that work for me. Like honey, it will be funny. Drip like honey, it's so funny. I learnt a new word. Pulchritude. Rudy, please don't use big words because it kind of pisses me off, this old man who's not able to comprehend what it means. So I went and Googled it just like all of you guys are thinking about Googling it. You know what it means? It means beauty. It is so well placed in that song. I can't explain or express what that line meant and what that line meant to the song. Thanks for the vocabulary feed, dude. As for the production, it follows a very minimalistic approach that I like. It uses this 80s beat machine tones that I'm kind of a sucker for. There are beautiful vocal arrangements, especially this one point where she goes, mirror, mirror on the wall, glitter, glitter, was it there? Was it there at all? Mirror, mirror on the wall, glitter, glitter, was it there? layers it with like a morph order or a vocoder kind of an effect, which is consistent throughout the album. You'll hear it more often in her other tracks. She follows a different style, which is very exciting to listen to. Following Funny is this track called Nobody Likes You. It has the same kind of a vibe as Funny, is about a similar subject matter, image issue, but this one is more about social media related image issues, maybe fame and whatnot. It starts with this on your face bass line. And it's so memorable, you'll notice it immediately. And she nails this one particular line, which is everybody loves you but nobody likes you, which is truth bomb at its best. Let me tell you guys, if she puts this on a t-shirt, it will sell like hotcakes. She has many of these lines that can be put up as a t-shirt quote. Rudy, if you start merchandising this stuff, you will make millions. The production, it falls back to the production of Funny. It's very similar, using the same style of rhythm and beats. It's layered with the synth element that goes between the left and the right ears. It's very elegantly placed. Listen to it very carefully to notice it. It wraps up the song with the previous song by saying, funny how people switch, make you feel like a bitch. It ends with stardom, feels the spotlight. It's well done. Songwriting at its best, dude. Well done. Midway through the EP, we are here at the third song, which is Time. I don't have much to say about this except that it strays away a little from the productions when it comes to the other tracks on the album. It takes the acoustic route, not a simple acoustic route. It feels as though she's sitting somewhere in a garage far away and you're in the fields listening to her. It follows a 3x4, which is a 3x4 classic. Rudy engages us throughout the song with her vocals, and there are a few moments that she dips into a note that's out of the standard scale, yet it fits the song really well. The penultimate track is the song called Race, which gets back in track with the production style that we saw on Funny and Nobody Likes You. It takes a shot at capitalism. Rudy talks about how corporates, in the pursuit of reaching the top, sets flame, killing the planet, nature, and even the human race. If I have to sum it up, it's like the pursuit of making money resulting in moral corruption is what I would say the entire song is bound by. The song starts with this countdown that goes 3, 2, 1. And it's time to run. And it ends with 3, 2, 1. That's a well done narrative in a song, if you ask me. It's tied up quite well. The last track is the title track of the album. There are a few things that bleed in from the other songs in the album. I'm glad that she named this as the title of the album, and it works. She has this amazing control of her vocals, which is insane to listen to. Like, the way she moves through scales is just beyond me. And this one has beautiful vocal layerings, okay? The morph order that we were talking about earlier, she has done a lot of these things in parts. I believe she can actually take them and make spin-offs of those things in parts. The ones that I was talking about, if they were taken in parts and if she were to veer off and make a spin-off songs, I would sit and listen to them. They were really well done. She mesmerizes us with her vocals, giving us this beautiful dynamics that you wouldn't otherwise get to experience. And I cannot recommend listening to this album enough. Well done, Rudy. Well done. You deserve this. Let's get into my favorite part of this entire segment, which is nitpicking on the album. As an audio guy, right, I have my nitpicks. The mix is something that I felt could be pushed more, especially as indie musicians. Don't get me wrong, we have to compete with the big guns. As indie artists, they take us lightly because our production isn't as good. It has to compete with the industry standards, and when we compare it to the industry standards, this is somewhere we lack. Knowing very well what the limitations are, this is something that we are fighting for, right? For an average person to listen to our mix and be like, yeah, this sounds like an industry song, that misconception being there is great. They will end up listening to our tracks, and when they get to know that it's not an industry track, it only adds value to our tracks. So I would want that extra value. And there's this one more nitpick that I have. It's a personal thing, not all that important, but it's her pronunciation of words. That's something that I'm yet to acclimate to. The U's and O's sounding in modern singers. Like most of the modern singers have this, like Sia, Billie Eilish, Lord, Khalid. All these people have this like half mouth open singing style, which I am not all that for. It's alright, but it's not my cup of tea. I had to get over it. It took me a while, but I had to face that out of my head and then listen to it. When I did so, I did enjoy the album, as you have already heard. It's just one of those personal things. That said, I believe, Rudy, you are an amazing and exceptional songwriter. I had a tough time picking on my favorite track in this album. I think you are one of the best songwriters our country has to offer. I kept flip-flopping between these tracks. Every time I listened to the album, I had a different favorite. I can't wait to see more of your works. I definitely recommend all of you guys to go and listen to this album, and I bet at least one of the tracks will resonate with you. It is such a well done album. She is way beyond her years. Do share these indie musicians' works, and if you do so, please go tag her. If you're doing so on Instagram, sharing it on your story, please go tag her, follow her work, DM her saying, hey dude, I really liked your work. That goes a long way. It helps us as indie musicians get a little bit more of confidence. We all tend to lack. We all seem like we are confident, but we are not all that confident. It instills a certain sense of self-confidence in us. Put it on your Spotify playlist, guys. Put it on your Spotify playlist. If you're on Apple Music, put it on one of those Apple Music playlists. With all that out of the way, let me move on to what you guys are here for, which is my rendition of Rudy Mukta's Funny from the album Entropy.
Start to feel the spotlight on my skin. Feel the love that I get from deep within. Drip like honey. It would be funny if it all just turned out a sweet dream. Start to feel the spotlight on my skin. Feel the love that I get from deep within. Drip like honey. It would be funny if it all just turned out a sweet dream. Think I have a big attitude, or do you think I'm filled with concretude? The loud like essence or expressions. I almost taste the glamour and it tastes real sweet. Feel the pressure, feel the pain, that's how you gain. I'm ascending the marble steps to fame. Feet breathless, trailing down behind. Feel like I'm falling short of breath and time. Tired of feel the spotlight on my skin. Feel the love that I get from deep within. Drip like honey. It would be funny if it all just turned out sweet. I wake up one day and ask, I feel it's near. I wake up one day and ask, mirror, mirror on the wall, mirror on the wall, glitter, glitter, was it there? Was it there at all? Mirror, mirror on the wall, mirror on the wall, glitter, glitter, was it there? Was it there at all? Start off at the spotlight on my skin.
I hope you guys enjoyed my rendition of Rudy Mukta's Funny. If you like that work, please go share this video. Please go share her works, because if not for her work, I wouldn't have done this, and I got to explore a different side of myself for the first time. I was wondering how will I cover Rudy's work, because it's completely different. I don't do production like that. I had to do my style, and I did so with the help of two other people, Vinay and Aniket. Aniket played the sax, Vinay played the drums. You guys already saw it on the video. I'll put their Instagram handles over here. Please go follow them. They are amazing artists who support the indie music scene, and I would love to see you guys enjoy their works as much as I do. Sorry guys, I forgot to mention someone, Sajan A. Stanley, for his constant love and support. He is the guy who mixed and mastered our tracks. Thanks for everything, Sajan. You've been really pushing yourself for helping me out. Big love, dude, and let's move on to the video. And if you like this episode, don't forget to subscribe. If you're new here, please go subscribe to my channel. I do more such stuff. And you can check out the previous episode, which was Alvin Presley's Fall Today. I would have put them up on the iCard a couple of times throughout this episode. So if you enjoyed this, you will enjoy that as well. Please do that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.